The real question is, can you feel good in the absence of your desire? Can you feel good even though your desire is not here, even though your manifestation is not here? You can. You can use the willpower, your sheer willpower. You can use your mind control to feel good under any circumstances, because how you feel is so much more than, what you have and what you don't have. How you feel is really because of this relationship, because you really are source energy. You can feel however you want to feel, and that really is the power, because your true power is and it has always been alignment. And as you understand that your power actually is in the alignment, and your power isn't in taking action that you're not ready, taking action that you don't feel as ready, taking action to make something happen, has no leverage. But when you connect with who you are, while it feels counterintuitive, because yes, it is a path of least resistance. The path of least resistance to all of your desires, to everything that you want, is to feel good wherever you now are. Is to understand that you are where you are, and it is what it is, but you can always choose how you want to feel. You can always choose the disc. You can choose your vibration, and when you choose your vibration, you change your vibration. And as you change your vibration, the first sign of your manifestation will be emotion. So when you change your vibration, you have an emotion, and that will let you know what type of vibration you're actually emitting. And when the vibration is one that feels good, and you know what's interesting? You don't need a reality to observe in order to feel good, to offer a vibration that feels good. You don't need to, because you can do it with your own mind. How you feel is really about this relationship between you and you, because you're not two beings, but you are 2 points of attraction. You are one being that's so much more broader than this human body can sort of not only hold, but also perceive. You are so much more than you are in your body right now, and you continue to be this more. You are this moreness, and the moreness isn't because you just, you're a bigger being coming into a smaller body, and as you're living this smaller body, then that bigger being is out there. It's like, no, it's because while you're here, you're actually causing the larger part of you to actually expand. So yes, you are these 2 points of attraction, but one of these points of attraction is actually expanding rapidly, and that's why you feel negative emotion. Because the thing is, you're not going. Every time life causes you to want more money, your inner being becomes richer, and you don't go with the rocket. And why is the going so important? Why is that so important to go and understand that concept? That when I launch something, I have to go with it. Well, first, how do I go with the rocket? You have to feel good about it. You have to think about it. You have to imagine it. You have to visualize it. You have to find resonance with it. And then the resonance that you feel is your prize, not the manifestation. Because if this video will help you with anything, is that the manifestation isn't the real prize. It isn't. It is a prize, yes, but there are so many more manifestations, aka the emotional manifestation, the manifestations of thoughts, from vibrations into thoughts, from vibrations into emotions, from vibrations into the daydreams, into the images you see in your mind. You are eternal. And how are you feeling about being incomplete? Are you understanding that in your eternalness, you are always going to be incomplete? Because that has to be something that you make peace with. That has to be something that you understand now, because there's nowhere to get to right now. There's no rush to get anywhere right now, because you are eternal. And we understand, because sometimes it feels like you put yourself into these tight, predicaments where it feels like I need to get over there. Yeah, it's cool to be eternal, but once I'm there, then I'll feel better. And we're telling you, there's no there that you'll get over to where you'll finally at once feel better, because what you're really talking about is your death experience, what you call your death experience, which is your leaving your body experience, which is the leaving behind all the resistance and becoming the non-physical, non-resistant piece again, and becoming all of who you really are in one fell swoop. And that's not what you're talking about. What you're talking about is actually unconditional alignment. Many of our friends, they need a reality to look at. They need people to change. They get into groups because they need other groups to be different. They need people to be different. And it's so amazing that there are so many humans that are coming into, from the non-physical, into these babies, into these children, this new generation who are all full of people who are non-conformists. They came here with sort of things that would call, things that are sort of not irregular, like their orientations, like their political beliefs, like who they really are, their talents. All of who they really are is so non-conformist that you can't look at them and find your alignment. They're here to teach you unconditional alignment, and many of you are all like that. Many of you watching this video, many of you who feel connected to the law of attraction and being the creator of your own reality, you really came here to be a teacher of unconditional alignment, to be a teacher of, even though the conditions of my life are going haywire right now, I can always choose how I want to feel. Because people like that. People who are always calm and centered and seem like they get everything. And it's not because they're doing something different that all of you don't have access to, that they're just born lucky. It's not like that at all. It's just they're able to ignore the conditions long enough that they can find their alignment. Because how you feel is not about what you don't have. How you feel is really about the thought that you're holding about whatever subject it is, the thought that you're holding right now, and how your inner being agrees with it or disagrees with it. That's all it is. So as you look for easy matches, as you realize that your real job is just to align with who you really are, to be all of you, to be source energy. Because listen, talk to the artist. The artist will tell you, it feels like I'm connected to the divine. It feels like I'm connecting to something that's bigger than me. It feels like something else is writing. Because they connect, they know how to get into that zone. And that feeling of being in the receiving mode, that feeling of being in the replenishment mode, that's what we're talking about here. Once you can feel good in the absence of your desire consistently, then you can consistently be a match. Because the thing is, the reason why you don't have what you want is because you're not a consistent match to it, which is really interesting because you think you're not a consistent match to it. But then when you really think about it, you're like, yeah, I must not be a consistent match to it because I've been doing it for so long and I haven't seen anything. And so in that moment in time when you're having a thought like that, you're actually blocking the signal, and that's all that matters. That's all that it really is, because you're just spending more moments in time having that same thought of, it's not coming, what am I doing wrong, whatever could I do more, I must not be meant for it, I must be doing something wrong. So you're having more moments in time where you're actually having thoughts of the absence. Then you are spending more moments in time thinking about the presence. And it's really just as simple as that. It's about that balance. The thing is, you can get above all that, or override all that, so to speak, by just understanding that you can feel good no matter what. To look at the absence of dollars in your bank account right now and be like, you know what, I feel good about it because mind control, because I can feel good, because the money really doesn't matter, because I can choose how I want to feel, because how I feel has never been about conditions. How I feel, the real price of emotion, it has always really been about how I feel right now and what thought I choose next. And you're right, the money isn't the way I want it to look like, but what am I really going to do? Nothing. But I can choose how I want to feel about it, and I'm going to feel good about it because I look for easy matches, because I like money, I like to spend money, I love eating, I love buying stuff, I like new clothes, I like adventures. And you leave it you leave it there. You don't move forward in that subject because your work is complete, because you feel good, you ponder that subject, you feel good about it, and now it's time for the next subject. And it's really simple when you understand that you can feel good in the absence of your desire. And it's actually funny because, you know what's interesting? It's actually the only reason why, again, the reason why you don't have what you want, the reason why you're not experiencing more of it is because in the absence of your desire, you're trying to justify, you're trying to explain it. And we know reality is really enamoring. Reality has all of your attention. It really does, more than the daydream, more than you standing where you are and talking about, you know, what's in that vibrational reality. You're spending more time taking score and being like, well, this is what I have, this is what I don't have, this is what I don't have, and this is really what I don't have. So we have to justify. We need an explanation. We need to launch an investigation. I need to get to the bottom of it, but there's no bottom to it, because ultimately the reason why you don't have it what you want is because in that moment that you're taking score of you, how much you have, or how far along this manifestation is, you're blocking yourself. And that's all it is. It's nothing more than that. It's not this culminative thing. It's just that right now you're not practicing seeing that vibration of your desire. And that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the power that really comes from alignment, the power that really comes from understanding all this work, meaning law of attraction, meaning that you're the creator of your reality and the manager of your own point of attraction. And another way of saying that you're the manager of your point of attraction is that you're the chooser of the emotion that you decide to feel in this now moment. Because sometimes it feels like life is coming at you, and it's life's fault. It's not my fault that I feel the way I feel, because if I had more money, then I would feel better. But we're saying you're eternal. There's never going to be anything that will ever satisfy you. And that's exactly what a creator does. A creator is never satisfied. A creator is always reaching for more. But yes, you are finding satisfaction where you are, but you're always reaching for more. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that sweet spot of being like, yes, I'm satisfied, meaning it's absent right now, but I'm ready for it to come. But I'm okay with the absence of it. We want you to be so okay with where you are, because that is the path of least resistance. You want the path of least resistance to be the next big thing. You want the path of least resistance to be, I turn the corner, there's someone who has been looking for me for whatever reason it is, and you know, my life changes overnight. While that, you know, that is very likely because that's usually in your vortex. But the path of least resistance is always a feeling, an emotional journey. It's always about feeling better, and that's a thing. If it's the one thing that your life and all the conscious has ever taught you is that no matter what, you can always choose how you want to feel, and that's all that's required. Because when you look at the absence of what you want, we're not saying look at the absence and feel better about the absence. We're saying look at the absence and be like whatever, meaning you sidestep it and you reach into that vortex, you reach into that power and that focus that you have cultivated and really clarified and really understood, which is, I can choose how I want to feel. If you can feel good in the absence because you have the unconditional alignment, you have the unconditional love, the unconditional focus, then there's really nothing that you can't have, because now you understand the formula. Because you know why? Because you can ponder a subject, you can feel good about it, you can feel ready for a subject, but you can have no desire for an outcome, meaning you're not doing anything to make the manifestation happen, meaning while you're doing the work, you're not taking score, meaning there's no absence in your vibration. Because when you're looking forward to something, it's still absent in your vibration. But when you're right here right now feeling it, meaning you're feeling the passion of it, the clarity of it, you're feeling the vibrational essence of it, the emotional version of it right now, and you're enjoying it, so that you're claiming the success to the positive emotion, the manifestation in the form of a positive emotion. And as the details come in, you're not messing the details up, you're not messing the momentum up, because we're talking about consistency. And the thing is, when we talk about consistency, what we're really talking about is one subject. Well, we're talking about one subject, meaning the money really being two subjects. So the absence and the presence. And the reason why you're not experiencing what you want is simply because in this stick, it's a nice long stick, the presence and absence, you're focusing more on the absence because that's what you have. And since you only focus on the reality that you have, and you focus on what, and you're realist, you're realistic. So the thing is, if you only focus on what you have, then you can't get any more, because you're not offering a vibration. Because in every moment that you're talking about the money, you're literally blocking your ability to see anymore, to translate anymore, to manifest anymore. Because manifestation isn't about something just falling into your lap. It's about literally you interpreting, is you translating. It's about the image coming clearer and clearer and clearer. And just as about, just as the image is about to really clear, the fog is about to clear, so to speak, and you're about to hear what's on that radio channel, and the song is about to play, you're like, I don't see it. And we're like, that's why, because you can't say you can't see it, because you're the realizer of it. So you have to be the realizer of it. You have to be like, you have to practice. And we're not saying, I see you're seeing something that's not there and you practice seeing it. We're saying that first it's an emotion, first it's a vibration, actually better way to say it, and then it's an emotion, and then it's more ideas, and then it's a manifestation. But the thing is, all along the way, if you're only invested in, okay, I'm gonna do all this for the physical manifestation, then I'm gonna do it for the physical manifestation, but then the whole time there's no physical manifestation, so you're doubting yourself, you're not using the right metric of progress. And that's what we're saying, is the only way to measure your progress is right now. And you're lucky because you have an amazing guidance system. So in this now moment with your guidance system, you can decide, you can understand, you can really have the guidance in this moment, not what you did yesterday, not what you did tomorrow, but right now, this moment, is this thought moving me in the direction of what I want or not? And we're saying the best thing of all is you can always go back into the general space of slowing energy down and being like, you know what, I can feel good in the absence, I can feel good all the time, I can feel good always. Because we don't want you to develop patience, but we want you to sort of develop patience, you know what I mean? And not exactly like, oh, what I want is never going to come and I'm okay with that. So that's not what we're saying. We're saying what I want is going to come, but the absence of it right now doesn't bother me, because I don't care, because I can feel good. So it's not really, because you know what, it's not about manifestations anymore, because when you really understand that you're actually vibrational, so the manifestations don't really matter. So you step out of that, oh, I need to see it to believe it, so I can show it to people, so I can have that accolades. I care about, how people see me. And you really understand that the success that you're looking for is alignment right now in this now moment. And thing is, the more success you feel, the more alignment you reach for, and the more alignment that you find. And as you make your alignment in the emotional manifestation, meaning me standing where I am right now and not having money, but yeah, finding a way to be like, you know what, I don't have money, but I still feel good in the absence, because I can feel good, because I want to feel good. Most importantly, because I want to feel good, because feeling good is the whole enchilada. Feeling good in this now moment is all I have. This moment is all I have. So I'm not gonna wait for the money to feel better about money. I'm gonna just feel good right now, even if it's not on the subject of money. But sometimes I can feel good on the subject of money, because I'm unconditional, because I can look at money in an unconditional way. I can look at money and be like, yeah, it's in my vortex, I have a lot of it, I can feel it, I can see it. And I don't think it's almost like we want to say like, I don't care if it never comes, but that's never really the energy. It's more like I just feel good. It's more about feeling good than it has ever been about the manifestation. And when you understand that, you can manifest everything. And actually, the manifestations, they just come. And so you look like to everyone like someone who's doing something right, who just has the magical spells, and you're just like, I just really understood my power, that I'm vibrational, and that the gap, the uncomfortable negative emotion that I always felt was never about the fact that I didn't have any money. It was always about the pinning that I held, and how there was actually another version of me. There's another point of attraction. There's actually another part of me that's in the non-physical, that's in that source energy, and I'm connected to, and that's what my emotions are about. So when I feel negative emotion, it's actually because I'm not choosing to think in the same way that my inner being is, that my broader, non-resistant, non-physical self is. So so I'm about that alignment. I'm about making me in this now moment be the full me, the real me, the all of me,